Hey, everybody. Let me know if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Have to wait for y'all to answer. Okay. Well, it was weird. Oh, hey, there's Karen. Oh, Karen, I'm so glad you're here tonight. But you're going to lurk. That's absolutely okay. That is okay. Okay, good. I got some new speakers and I had those plugged in. And when I had those plugged in, I could not hear the music that I was playing. So I unplugged them and I thought, well, hopefully you can still hear me. All right, from the top, who have we got tonight? We have Adele. I'm so glad you're here. Annie, so glad you are here. How are you guys tonight? Suzanne is here. Good evening. Joan is here. Maribel, good evening to you. Mary Webb is here. Yay. Lorna, hey, how's it going? Ivy B is here. Hey, Ivy. I'm so glad you could come tonight. That's awesome. And I said hi to Karen and then Lizelle Gutierrez. Good to see you. Glad you are here. Okay, Mary's lurking also. That's okay. I have lots of people who are going to lurk. That's all right. I understand. There's Steve. Whoop, whoop. Steve is here. Good evening, Steve. Lurking in your corner. Okay. I know there are several lives on right now. Just saying. And it's okay. Finish the book and listening to it again in case you missed stuff. Wow. That's awesome. I'm so glad, Annie. I am so glad. I want to know what your thoughts are. Hey, Laura. Knit for Brains. Laura is here. Oh, that's so good. So glad you're here. Hey, Frozen. Good to see you tonight. How is everybody? Susie Belford's lurking too. Okay. Awesome. Hey, there's Maureen. We haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you, Maureen. So want to give you guys a little bit of, I'm going to give you some updates, a little bit of healthy updates, health. No, I don't know if it's healthy, but health. She's on the treadmill. Go, girl. I won't be doing that for a bit. Yeah, I'm going to give you my update here in a little while. And I have a package that came in from Amber. I don't know what's in it, but we will open that. I have notes that I have taken from the first 6 chapters. So we're going to try to kind of go over some of that. I'm going to give this away. This is a big ball of yarn that I want to give away tonight. So lots of little things to talk about. There's some updates to talk about today. Chad Daybell, that one is one of them. So we got lots to talk about. Making another blanket, and it's a lot slower. Okay. Hi, Sally. Good to see you. Oops, was I yelling? Sorry. I am on sweater making. I'm in the sweater making business right now. So a lot of what I make in the next few weeks, you guys, is going to be sweaters. I'll be talking about that on a video. But yeah, I'm on sweater making. I'm going to be making some Floozie sweaters. Hey, Denny Benini, good to see you. Yes, so they are still picking the jury for Daybell, but they did come down to 57 picks by the end of today. They are going on Monday, they will be narrowing that down. So, yeah, that's where we're at on that one so far. Hey, Bridget. Good evening. Good evening. Oh, you're working on beaded pins. Gosh, those are so pretty. Hey, Roseann. Yeah, I don't know what to think about that case. I really don't. I've only watched part of that. Happy Friday, Bree. Good to see you. Good to see you. Oh, you missed it today? Yes. Well, they got 57. So, okay, let me start with saying what we're doing. So, book club, we are doing The Lost Girls by Robert Kolker. Now, I'm going to go over for you some of the places where I have seen some information about the Long Island serial killer, which is also what this is about. It is Gilgo Beach. It is the Long Island serial killer. And The Lost Girls is also a documentary. So we're going to talk about all of that. And on our last meeting, we talked about all of the victims that were found on Long Island, on Gilgo Beach, along Long Island. And there were actually 11 victims there. I'm getting something, and I want to know from you guys if you have seen this anywhere, that there's something about the fact that they may have found 17 there on that beach, but I haven't been able to find any news on that. But someone mentioned it on one of the documentaries. So maybe that's misinformation, but I'm not sure because I haven't seen anything official. Have any of you seen that anywhere? Hey, Joyce, working on Helen Stewart's MCAL, drinking water, and you were listening to the book. Awesome. Awesome. You are very welcome. Thinking about you. Okay. So let's start with some of the updates, okay? What do you guys want to hear first? Do you want to hear? Let's start with some of these updates, and then I will tell you a little bit more about what happened with my week. How does that sound? Oh, you're doing it too? Laura's doing Helen Stewart's MCAL, but she had to restart it. Laura, why does it not surprise me that you had to rip it out? I'm sorry. But that doesn't surprise me. Hey, Donna, good to see you. If you guys haven't watched the Knit for Brains podcast, Laura's been in a bit of an issue the last few episodes where she's had to rip out some stuff and start over again. So I think she understands what I'm talking about. Okay, first of all, can we talk about Gypsy Rose and Ryan are already divorcing? Already divorcing. Are we surprised? Is anyone at all surprised that they're divorcing? Oh, that sounds cool. Wow. No. And she's going to have some plastic surgery. Nothing like a new face after a divorce, right? You know? You are surprised? I am not. I don't know. I'm just not. So they're getting a divorce, and then she's moving in with her parents. And my thought was, why didn't she move in with the parents before she got married. So, oh, I'm so glad you asked, Bree. Bree says, what you double fisting tonight? So tonight I've got my water in my Floozie cup, made for me by Amber over at Crafty Performers. No, she's not doing resin right now, but she made this one for me. Got all my stickers on here. Has just a touch of orange crystals in it. And in my cup, well, let me see. Let me show you this cup. Look at my new cup. How stinking cute is it? True Crime and Coffee. And you can get this on my spring with my it's in my merch. There is some of this in the merch on my spring Teespring, and the link is down below. But do not despair, because I have two of these. I have this one and I have a brand new one in the box. Not giving it away tonight, but it's going to be a future giveaway. But in here I have Earl Grey tea, Twinings Earl Grey tea. I know, you can't help but think that, right, Bridget? Yeah. It's really bizarre. The whole thing is just so bizarre. I felt so sorry for her after what I found out she went through. Really did. But common sense would say, go out, make a new life. If you do some interviews, I'd expect that. I would expect that. But all of this is just sleazy to me. It's very sleazy to me. Hi, Nisi. You're going to go get one? He is so stinking cute. I cannot help it, y'all. Now, nowhere near as big of a rim as my Starbucks cups. Okay, so it's not as big. But it goes, I did the second setting on my Keurig. So not the 20 ounce. I don't remember what the other one is, but I did that one to make my tea. And that's what works in here. I think it's a 12 ounce. No clue how to have a healthy relationship. Getting a job after prison isn't easy. It is not. It is not. I know, she did. I mean, she went through, I'm sorry, but she went through surgeries and all of that stuff. Things that she didn't, those things never should have happened to her. But some of it just feels just a little sleazy. So cute. And I've been trying, if Nisi, if you know a way around this, I've been trying to link my spring to YouTube, so it'll be down below for you. And I have done it over and over and over, and it will not link. It absolutely will not link. I've tried from my phone. I've tried from my laptop. It just won't do it. I've tried from the spring side. I've tried from the YouTube side. So I don't know what to do about that. It is what it is. Hola, Maritza. Okay. So that's one thing. Now, the Chad Daybell thing, they did a kind of a half a day today, because they actually finished. They did their jury questionnaire, And I do want to say that if you want to know, and I would encourage you to do it anyway, go over to Nate at East Idaho News and watch his Courtroom Insider this week. He had guests. He had Nancy Grace. He had Vinnie Politan. He had one of the jurors from Lori's trial, and I have not watched that interview yet. And he had somebody else. Anyway, he has given us the lowdown all week long, and he still will do. And Nate is just, God, he's just such a sweetheart. He's just so sweet. So I would encourage you to go over and watch his stuff. I did. I tried all of that. We'll have to talk about it. So, but yeah, it's just not working. But Monday, what they will do in court is they are going to start doing the questions. So they'll strike some of those, and because some of them they tried to get stricken, but they got pushed through. So I'm guessing that some of those are probably going to go come Monday. So we'll see how it goes. I have not kept track. I don't know how many women, how many men. We don't know any of that right now. I think Nate's been trying to keep track of all of that. So hopefully by the end of day Monday, we might know that, because that's always kind of fun to know that kind of stuff. But anyway. Nickname for Chad is Slug because of how he moves and talks. That is perfect. Perfect. I love that, Sally. I love it. That's perfect. That's Chad. Always. All day. I mean, I don't even think the guy farts, right? You know, he just doesn't even move. Wild. Never talks to his attorneys. I mean, is he breathing? I wonder if his attorneys every now and then put their hand on and go, okay, he's all right. I mean, that guy doesn't crack a smile, nothing. Nothing. Pretty wild. And I don't know how many of you remember me talking about the fact that there was going to be one more trial, and there's going to be one more trial in the case of the Pike County murders. And this is for Billy Wagner, the father. Was supposed to go to trial in May. Thank you for playing. Not going to happen until January 6th of 2025. And the families of the victims are very upset. The prosecutor is very upset. It has been put off because the lawyers say that they are not prepared. And the judge let them get away with it. So no trial of Billy Wagner until January. And then Sarah Boone, lawyer number 9. She will be in court at some point this month. And there's going to be a hearing with her and her new lawyer. And he is going to say that her claim of defense is going to be self-defense. It's going to be self-defense. Yes. Self-defense. That man tried to attack her from inside that suitcase, right? No. I don't think so. You know, now which one are you talking about, Chad? Lorna? I need a specification here. because I talked about two different things. Oh, yeah. Well, I know Lori's nuts, but she was competent to stand trial. So you want to know why Billy didn't take a plea deal? Well, he waited too long, probably. The mother and the son took plea deals, and that's what got George convicted. And their plea deals were to also testify against Billy when he goes to court. So he can still take a plea, but if he hasn't at this point, I think he's going to say that those boys did it. That he was not there. He was at his mama's. Yeah, he was probably at his mama's, is what he's going to say. We'll find out. Suitcase Sarah. Yes, good old Suitcase Sarah. And you know, I don't think any of us have any doubt that Suitcase Sarah is definitely going to be in jail for the rest of her life. We just need to get it done. It's just sad it takes this long to get some of this stuff done. Okay, that's what I've got for updates. Anybody else? Now, I have not actually been watching that but how terrifying when he pulled that knife out on the river with all those kids. But you know, some of that, I think did you watch the video? Has the video been played yet, Annie? Now we're talking about the river stabbings. Has the video been played yet? I've seen the opening statement where he went through frame by frame on that video, but I haven't watched the trial, so I don't know if they've played the video, the actual, and it's not very long. I think 3 minutes, something like that, where he's claiming that they came at him. Okay. And what are your thoughts after watching it? That's what I would like to know too. Now, I'll tell you what I'm working on while we talk. I'm going to bring my hands in for a second. I'm right where I left off with this double crochet dishcloth. I'm using an eye hook and doing half doubles. This one's the half double. I think I chained 27 and then did half doubles. And I'll do it up to 7 inches, and then that will be done, and I will do like a little single crochet around the edge. They showed a glimpse of the girl. Oh, yeah, see, there was a lot of that. He was just wildly stabbing everybody, wasn't he? His ego got the better of him, and he wanted to look big and bad, and then he became enraged, and attacked. Okay, so you still feel like he was the aggressor. Yeah, I knew there was a young man that did. And I think he was on the stand. I've been seeing just as they're posting some of the videos, but I have not watched anything. I have been very busy this week. I'm going to give you all a little bit of a synopsis of what's been going on. So, gosh, I don't even know. I have been to Abilene to the doctor 3 times this week. What was the first one? Oh, went to the cardiologist. Okay. Oh. Oh. We'll do it like that. I think they were kind of taunting him. But he had plenty of opportunity to walk away, didn't he? I feel like he had plenty of opportunity. I think that he should have. And that's the impression that you're getting too. He claimed he was looking for a cell phone. Yes. But well, and see, wasn't he the first? Well, they were taunting him, right? And then he confronted them, or did he confront them and then they began to taunt him, like in a way to try to get him to get away from them? Hey, there's Michael. Good evening to you. Glad you are here. Yes. They did not confront him. Okay. Yeah, see, like I said, I have not watched much of it. We're going to have to wait and see. There's another interesting one going on. I don't know if anybody has seen, and that's the one where the man is accused of killing the two illegals that came onto his property. I don't know if they have finished that one yet. I don't know if they finished that, but that's wild also. Feels like another one that'll be setting a precedent, whichever way that goes. I think you're right, Annie. Yeah, the killing on the ranch. Yep. Pretty wild. And the wife, I would not, she's like a badger. I would not want to be in a room with her if she was mad at you. Oh my goodness. That woman's a badger. Absolutely. Okay. So I have so many different arrhythmias going on I don't just have AFib now. And Michael, I have not heard how your test came out. I was curious if you care to tell us anything about how that went. If not, that's absolutely fine. I was very curious how your test went, and I hope it went well. Let's put it that way. I hope it went well. I know. We are very close to one another. I know. It's just a hop, skip, and a jump. That's how Texas is. So I have AFib. It's called paroxysmal, which means it's not all the time. But I'm also having other things like PVCs, which is a premature ventricular contraction, and an SVE, which is a supraventricular ectopy. Both mean a skipped beat. So I have those going on, and at times I have some tachycardia, which is just kind of a erratic kind of thing going on. So the doctor put me on a heart rate controller, meaning that she's trying to make it where when I have an episode that my heart rate doesn't go so high when it happens. And hopefully between that and the one that controls the rhythm, that maybe it will kind of calm things down a little bit. So I went and saw her Monday, and she ordered another echo because I now have the edema, meaning I have swelling that started in my legs. And, he put me on a water pill. So with those changes happening, she wanted another echo. So I had the echo done today. Came out great. In your early 20s, had a blockage, created its own bypass. Just needs a little help. You have paroxysmal tachycardia, which can be treated with meds. Okay. One pill for both things. Lucky you. Nice. I'm so glad that came out that well. That's awesome. I agree, Annie. It is going to be rough. That is life-changing for all of them. Well, glad to hear it came out that well. That's an excellent outcome, I think. Excellent. So now I'm on all of these pills, but I'm okay. And we'll see what the echo says, if there's any real significant changes. I don't think there will be. But here I am. Y'all know I've been trying to go out and go walking. And my left foot's been bothering me for a while. So I went to see the podiatrist yesterday. And I have a severe strain to my Achilles tendon and a rather large bone spur running along right where that Achilles is swollen. So I got the boot. I went ahead and ordered it. I have no insurance. Everything I do is out of pocket, which is fun. It was very expensive this week. And I ordered the boot. It's supposed to be here on Monday, and I will have to wear it for 6 weeks. But here's what I say. She didn't say anything about surgery. I will wear that boot proudly, and hopefully everything will be done, and I'm good to go, right? And it will heal, and all is well. So that's what my week has been. Mr. Fiber went with me yesterday, and he went with me again today. I am going to be having a video for y'all because I went to Michael's, and Mr. Fiber is quite the enabler. He said, "Well, do you have this one?" Well, what do you need two, right? I love him. What can I say? A boot and a walker. Yes, I went ahead and ordered it straight off of Amazon at the store. Hey, Vanessa, good to see you. You're here. Awesome. Yeah, she was telling me something about, they usually charge their clients $150 for the boot, and I found it for like $74 on Amazon. So that'll be fun. And I have to sleep in it. So I'm going to be so much fun to sleep with. I'm going to have my CPAP on and my boot on my leg. Mr. Fiber could come out with some bruises. I don't know. Just saying. Oh, I was wondering about that. I'm going to have to look up how to deal with this boot and not have issues like, terrible itchy foot and all kinds of other stuff, I may wind up sleeping in the front room. We'll see. We'll see. He doesn't move. He gets in his little cocoon and he's out until morning. I'm like a fish out of water all night long. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Okay. Now, let's get down to the notes that I took for chapters 1 through 6. Karen, it's going to be fun. Oh, well. It is what it is. And I figure we'll do 1 through 6 today. And then we will go to like maybe chapter 12 for the next time. Okay. So just let you all know what we're doing. Yep. Y'all are the same way. Yep. Yep. That's us women, isn't it? I don't know anybody that just lays there women wise. I don't know. We just move all night long. I'm telling you. We just do. Everybody I talk to does. So I'm going to kind of cover this with some abbreviated stuff. So I'm going to start with Shannon, and this is where he starts in the book, okay? Well, join the club, Michael. You're right in here with the rest of us. Try wearing socks. Okay. All right. Wear socks inside that boot for sure. Okay. Thank you, Susie. Thank you. Any tips? Anybody's worn one before? I would gladly like to know, because I've never had to wear a boot. Okay. So in the book, he started with Shannon, and he talked about what happened that night that she disappeared. Now, we talked about that on our first episode here. But when she ran away, she first meets Gus, and I think his name is Kaladi, and I think he's in his 80s. And she's telling him that she needs help, but he can't get out of her what's wrong. What does she need help with? She's just yelling, help me, help me. And then she runs off, and she hides behind his boat that's parked there or something. And her driver, Michael Pack, he's driving a black SUV. And he's got his lights on her, and she's running down the street, and she keeps running. Now, I find it interesting that he was driving a black SUV, and so was Rex Huberman. Now, we'll get to that, but Rex was driving a black SUV. Is it a coincidence that she is found in the same condition, even though she was found in that marsh? They say she was found 3 miles away, but that 3 miles is on that part of Oak Beach, but it's still a part of. See, it's Oak Beach, and then it's Gilgo Beach, and it's that whole Ocean Parkway. So yes, she was found 3 miles, but she's still in that same area. Yeah, I'm going to put like one of those like for athletes' feet, I may spray that boot. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I need a boot topper. I can do that. You wore a boot when you broke your leg a couple years ago. Definitely wear the socks. And then sprayed Febreze on the boot. Ah, okay. Because I'm guessing it's kind of hard to clean that thing. For your 52 pickup, you're making a dish towel topper for your son's new. Oh, I love that. I love that, Annie. That's cool. Thank you, guys. Now, when Shannon, she sees Gus, then she runs again. She runs to Wanda Hausman's, and she runs to Barbara Penman or Pullman, something like that. I'm not really sure of her name, but all these people that she ran, and she knocked on their door and told them she needed help. and all of them called 911. Okay. Shannon also called 911, and there is a 911 phone call 20 minutes long. And then it was 20 minutes after that phone call when the police finally came. And by the time they did, she was gone. And then the next part of the book, he talks about Maureen. Maureen Brainerd Barnes was, I believe she was the first one to be found. Her remains were the first to be found. And he talks a lot about Maureen and her friend Sarah. And Sarah, you know, what Sarah said about Maureen and what they did. And they were working together and trying to, you know, be two girls off doing their own thing. And Maureen decided for some reason, and this is a theme, okay, with Maureen and Shannon and Megan. All three of those decided to do their own thing and to post on Craigslist. And a bunch of these victims posted on Craigslist. Melissa posted on Craigslist, but she had a pimp, basically. She called him her boyfriend, but he was really her pimp, and he was pushing her out there. And a couple of these girls were actually recruited. They had gone to bars, and they were hanging out at these bars after work and stuff like that. And they got recruited, a couple of different people, to go and post onto Craigslist. Oh my gosh. You went from rain to snowflakes. I guess it got colder. So I have to wear the boot to completely immobilize the foot. And I move my feet at night. So I have a habit when I sitting here crocheting, it's difficult for me not to move my feet. When I knit, I'm like a cat, kneading. That's what I do. And I do that all night. I do that all night. I do that when I'm sitting here knitting, crocheting. I knead with my feet. There's no way I'm going to keep them still at night. So she said, you need to wear it 24/7, except for when you're bathing, to keep the foot immobile. The only way for it to completely heal. Now, here's the thing. I'm to wear the boot for 2 or 3 days. She also ordered an MRI, but she said, if I wear the boot for 2 or 3 days and the pain starts to subside, I can cancel the MRI and I can cancel the appointment to come back and see her in 10 days. Wait till the 6 weeks is over and then call in if I need her. Oh. How are you, Steve? Did you feel the earthquake? I haven't had a chance. My daughter Carrie is up that way, and I haven't had a chance to see if she felt it. And they had one in Pennsylvania not long ago, right, Annie? Didn't they just have one in Pennsylvania? Yes, there was an earthquake near. I'm trying to think of where it was near. I don't know if I even heard the town where it centered. You did feel it. It lasted like 30 seconds. Wow. Wow. That's a pretty good one then. You know, a lot of times they have them and you don't even feel them. Epicenter, yeah, New Jersey. Yeah, but there was one in PA not long ago, wasn't there? Yeah. Wild. Okay. So it seems to me that a lot of, and I'm not going to go into the specifics of each of the girls as he did in the book. I think it would be a while to get through this, to go through and talk about each and every victim individually. But knowing that they have arrested somebody, I think, is different when we're looking at how that ties into it, right? That's what's interesting to me here. And that is because the Gilgo Four is Maureen, Melissa, Amber, and Megan. Those are the Gilgo Four. Those are the four that were found wrapped in burlap. They were all within 500 feet of each other. And those are the four that Rex Huberman is being charged with. But if you work it out from there, I really feel like he's responsible for all of them. I'll say that again. Good evening, Dawn Yarndall. Good to see you. Okay, Steve. Well, I'm glad you're okay. And Annie and anybody else in that area, I'm glad you're okay. I don't think they had anything major damage-wise. I haven't heard. Now, these women were all slight. They were all like 100, 100 pounds sopping wet kind of thing. Very petite, like 4 to 5 foot, maybe. Very thin, very easy to. I believe that he refined himself down to what he really wanted, and that he picked these women based on that. And then it was easier for him to deal with them when he was through. Whereas when he first started, and the reason why some of these women were dismembered and bludgeoned or whatever happened to them, whatever they're able to figure out, we don't really know all of that. I think it was because he wasn't sure how to handle them. He didn't pick them all exactly the same, and he was refining what he really wanted. And then we went from the 90s, like I said last time, through to when now there's the internet. There's digital ways of getting a hold, and nobody really knows that they're missing. I guess you could say that of the others too, but it's different because he was able to be what he wanted to be. He was able to get what he wanted. So, because he had refined it. But I still think they're all his. I'm not convinced right now that he went above and beyond and outside of his area. I need to hear more. Let me tell you. Let me finish my notes though. I get sidetracked, squirreling. I get to squirreling about it. Needs your who needs your hands? What you talking about? So Melissa was in hair school. She liked to do braids. She really, and one of the things that everybody has said about her is that she was white, but her boyfriend was black. All of her friends were black. She loved R&B. She wanted to sing and rap, and that's one of her things that she wanted to do, was to be an R&B artist. And she fought with her parents. She got in trouble. She got thrown in jail. She had taken her dad's car, and she got a parking ticket, and he paid it and got her out of jail, and she went back to school and was trying to get, and then, just went sideways again. Same thing with Maureen. Maureen was doing okay, and then got caught up in this where she started to do the escort, went off on her own into Craigslist. And with Craigslist, there's no service, there's nobody checking on them. But that's what she wanted, because she could make as much money as she wanted and nobody was taking her money. Megan, you think back on your life when you were younger and the things you did, and how things could have gone so sideways for you. But she hung out at the skating rink, and y'all, I hung out at the skating rink every Friday night, every week, no matter what. It was Friday and Saturday night. She was a real drama queen, but she was a sweet talker. She could sweet talk her way out of everything. Her mother was Lorraine, and Lorraine grew up in low-income housing. She got her GED, but her children wound up being taken from her. Her mother had her children for a little while, and then the mother let the father take them, two of the children, and one of them was Maureen. And there was a whole bunch of confusion when Maureen went missing, because the grandmother who had let them go out of state did not realize she was missing either. And so, yeah. So it's a chaotic life, right? Amber was, it was a very unfortunate thing for Amber, because, and this, let's see, there was something new also with Shannon. Okay, I'll get to that in a minute. But this one was new. I did not know this, and I don't remember hearing about this, and maybe they just are not allowed to talk about it on the documentaries and things. But Amber was molested by a neighbor at the age of 5, and it really screwed with everybody. And they all became addicts, the whole family, and that was just something they did. They drank together. They did stuff together, and then they tried to get each other out whenever they got in trouble, and it was just a thing. But Amber's sister, Kim, actually introduced her to the escort service, because she was making all kinds of money. But Amber insisted on going out on her own, onto doing that whole Craigslist thing. And in chapter 6 of this book, he talks a little bit. It's interesting what he talks about, the safety measures that actually were happening with the services. So if somebody signed up with an escort service, they had fail safes, like, the director would call and say, okay, it's been an hour, you're good. And that would be sure that everybody was okay, that they would check on them. If they didn't get an answer, they'd call the police. So these girls going out onto Craigslist and doing their own thing put them in a very dangerous and precarious position. Oh, what'd you say? It's Mo. Okay. Hi, Patricia. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, Yeah, I think that was a miscall for sure. I don't know who Mo is. And then with Shannon, we talked about her early on, like I said, and how she didn't live at home, how she took lots of medication for being bipolar, but then stopped taking the medication. She at one time she was bulimic. She was tended to be mentally unstable. But a friend of the family named Sherry said that there was a different side that people didn't know about. And she said that Shannon's mother, Mary, had a boyfriend that came in to their picture and that he actually abused the children. But once that they split and all of that kind of stuff, it just wasn't talked about. Mary was like, this happened in our house. It's going to stay in our house. Nobody needs to know about it, yada, yada. That can be very polarizing for a child. And, Shannon went on to, I didn't realize that she had enrolled in nursing. She worked several jobs and was she wanted to be a nurse also. But that didn't work out either because then she went into escort service. So that's what I've got so far for the book. Anything you guys want to add? Any thoughts about the book? Any thoughts about, let me talk about what I wrote down on the underneath for documentaries. Now, Lost Girls, the documentary, is on Netflix, okay? And it quite closely mirrors the book. There is an ID, Special Investigation Discovery, ID, special report, and you can find that on either Max or Discovery. There is a documentary on Friendly, FRNDLY. It's called A Mother's Hunt for Justice. There's one on A&E Crime, and it's called Unsolved Beach Murders. TMZ Presents has one, just Gilgo Beach, and I think you can find that on Tubi, Tubi, and Hulu. And I have listened to the documentary. It's called The Killing Season. We'll swing back around to that in just a minute. That's on A&E, Hulu, and Freevee. And then there's two very good ones here on YouTube from 48 Hours. So you can look up 48 Hours and look up Hunt for Lisk, Lisk, and Gilgo Beach Killings. And one came before the other, and I don't remember which was first. Both of those are very good also. So that's the documentaries. Now, The Killing Season, interestingly enough, talks a lot about, if you get a chance to watch that, it's very interesting. And it's what made me very, very interested in this, because there is a really bad tendency by law enforcement and investigators, and for a while there was, I don't know how much of it is still happening, where people who are like these girls who were escorts, who were sex workers, who were whatever, they weren't priority. They just weren't priority, okay? And then The Killing Season, they get into that and they talk about it across the nation. They don't just talk about Gilgo Beach. They talk about the fact that there's some link to some stuff that happened like in Atlantic City and some other things. So they were digging into this really hard. And they have had Robert Kolker on their podcast, and I have listened to the podcast. So if you have some time and you still want to read more about this, you're still fascinated, that's where you can go a little bit deeper with the story. Which one? My boo-boo. Which boo-boo? You talking about my foot? I don't know if you heard me. Oh, is Lori here too? Hey, Lori. How are you tonight? Are you talking about my foot, Patricia? I think that's the one boo-boo. Yes. Okay. So I'm going to have to wear a boot for 6 weeks. It is my Achilles along with a very large bone spur right there in the same spot. Both of them are running right along each other, the same spot under my heel. So I'm going to have to wear a boot. Yep. So it's all very interesting. There's another batch of murders that happened in the Louisiana area, and I would love for us to talk about that also. Oh, it is painful. It gets very unhappy at times, I can tell you that. Oh, I bet it is. You're so close to the end of the year. You guys are trying to get it all in and get it all done before the end of the year, right? I imagine it is. And the kids are just checked out. After spring break, they're like, yeah, we're just waiting for the end of the year. It's rough trying to keep them engaged. Okay, now, has anybody worked with this before? This is Red Heart Comfort Chunky. Now, this is not like what I'm using on the sweaters. This one is a number 5 weight, okay? This color is blue jeans, 100% acrylic, 448 yards, 410 meters, made in Turkey. It's not bad. It's not super soft, but it's not bad. So that you will get that, and you will get some of our bookmarks for the book club and some stickers. So I'm going to mark the chat. And I guess we can put the word Gilgo because that's what we're talking about. Yeah, the plantar fasciitis is not fun either. Mr. Fiber had plantar fasciitis a couple years ago, and it took a year for it to heal. A year. It was hard. It is very painful. There you go, Gilgo. That's it. Put Gilgo in, and then we will pick a winner. And while y'all are doing that, I am going to open. Can you hear that? This is something that came from Amber at Crafty Performers. She told me it was coming. I don't know why. If you don't know, I am running a giveaway for Amber and Donna of Hurley's Hand Dyed. And all you have to do is go over and subscribe to their channel. And when they get to 1,000 subscribers, then I will do my giveaway, which is a $50 gift card to Hobby Lobby and a mini pack of yarn hand dyed by Donna. So you go over, I don't know what this is. This may be a box that she gets stuff in. Oh, geez. So you guys are having to work through that. Oh, my gosh, Lori. Says thank you. Yeah, this is some of her spools that she uses for her 3D printing. Okay, let me bring this back in and we'll see what it is together. Everybody got the word Gilgo in there? Yes, please don't forget the thumbs, please. I'm going to give y'all a few more seconds. Hello, sweet Adele. There we go. Oh, what a mess, Lori. Okay, here we go. Okay, y'all ready? Okay, it's got my name on it for sure. I wanted to send you a small box of goodies to say thank you for being our friend and for helping us reach 1,000 subscribers. I hope you like it. Feel free to keep them all or use them as giveaways. Hugs, Amber. There's 10. Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Okay, wait. Made with love. Okay, what are they though? What do you do? What do you do with that? Oh, it's a fidget. Oh, these little fidgets. Look at them. We've got fidgets. Oh my goodness. Oh, how fun. That's another fidget. How cool are those? Those are so cool. And there's a couple of those. And a couple of those. And it's a cat. It's got a cat on the top. I know those are fidgets, but I don't know what you do with these. I guess do you attach them to your projects when you finish? They say handmade with love, and they're all different colors. Now these can be fidgets too. You know, you could put one of these in your pocket. Look how cool they are. Gold, all different colors. But see, it's got this on the side. To attach pom-poms? I don't know. Attaching pom-poms to hats? Oh my gosh, I think you guys are right. Yes, I think you guys are right. So yes, that's what it is. That's what it is. How cool. Okay, well that will go with you guys. Whoever wins, that will go with it too. Okay, I better pick somebody here. Hold on. Y'all, I can do this now with my watch. A number between 1 and 10.
It's 5.
It's 5. The random number is 5. Right in the middle. I gave her an Australian accent. Yes, I think I saw her talking about this. I told her I'd like to have some of those. Can you imagine putting these on the Bumblebee Acres? Okay, got to go back. Where's my mark? Okay, Patricia was 1. This is on my screen. Kathy was 2. Nisi was 3. Annie was 4. And Bree was 5. Is that right, Bree? Yes. I think it's you, Bree, which is awesome because I was wanting to send you something for being my moderator. So that is awesome. And that is cool. I will put a couple of these in your package too. How cool is that? And Amber, when you watch this, thank you so very much. I will send you a message too and let you know. And also, I do not want to forget, and I cannot believe I waited this long, but Lillian, I don't see her in the chat tonight, but if you're watching, thank you so very much for your donation. It was very, very sweet of you. I really, really appreciate your donation, and I thank you very much. So Lillian, if you're watching, thank you. And yeah, it's Bree. That's cool. I will thank Amber. I certainly will. That is too cool. There's some purple ones in here. Purple, blue. There's just a few of those with the gold. And then there's one pink one. I only see one pink one. But the hats that I'm going to make for Bumblebee Acres, this will be great. Because I'm going to be making some of my, and you know who's going to be wanting these. These are too cool. These are just too cool. I don't know if she has more of them in her shop. How fun. Super fun. Okay, I think that is all I've got for you guys. So be watching for my Michael's haul. I'm going to probably do that tomorrow. Whether it'll get put up tomorrow, I don't know. We'll see. I think the boys are going to love those. Yes, they are. I think they are. And hey, Naomi, she was lurking. Oh, that's awesome. And I still have something coming out to you, but I didn't get to it. I was busy going back and forth dabbling and all the things. So we're getting close to getting done with all these appointments though, y'all. And then I can dig in and do some other stuff. So mainly sweaters. Mainly sweaters. Okay. I did not put down below about my make-alongs, any of the make-alongs that I'm having. I've already got an awful lot of stuff in that description box now. Right now, the ones that are active, though, are the 52 Pickup Mal, the Quirky Makes Mal. I haven't started my Sophies yet, but if you guys are going to do that with one, you can double dip. When I start my Sophies is when that will start, but that you can most definitely double dip. And if you are doing a make-along with anybody and it works for mine, I don't have a problem with you entering it into mine. You just have to send me a picture to my email. Dad's doing great. He is doing great. Yes. I wish he would kind of slow down on some of the donuts. I'm going to. There's like 2 things Dad's probably not going to do: quit donuts and quit smoking. So it is what it is, but he's doing really well. He's been going down to the Senior Citizen Center and having lunch whenever he doesn't have his caregiver or we don't have appointments. And so he's making some friends down there. Tomorrow he's going somewhere. We get together whenever we can. I take him, whenever I cook, I always take a portion and make a portion out and put it into a container for him and put it in the freezer. And then when I just take a few of those over to him, and it's all working out. I know. I am really tickled he's getting out and doing that. Absolutely. It's pretty funny because he goes on and on about the fact that when he goes down there that, they talk about me, they're like, that he's Jill's dad. When he goes down there. It's Jill's dad. So that's kind of fun. But yeah, he's getting out and it's good. Oh, you don't have to do it again. Absolutely do not have to do it again. Absolutely don't. That's okay. I feel like that's a once thing. Lori did it too. Kathy did it. Lori did it. We had 3 or 4 people in here that did it. Listen, he's enjoying his life down here. He doesn't have a whole lot more to do. We're taking some drives when we can, like when we went to Vernon and we went to go have Mexican food and go over to Walmart. And y'all, I'm gonna tell you something. If you saw my video from Walmart, they had a lot of stuff. And I'm gonna tell you, my Michaels had stuff, and I was super surprised about that. And I went back again today, and today they got all new planners in. But I'll talk about, hopefully I'll remember to talk about that. So, hey, Nancy Matt, good to see you. I know. I think I'm scared. I have it. It's all ready to go. But I got to do these sweaters first, you guys. So, you know what? It's okay. But I think somebody who put it in there? Yeah, Bree put it. 52 pickup Mal, Sophie's, and the quirky. Yeah, these are the 3 that we're doing. I forget what I have it written down, and I'll get y'all updated on that. Oh my goodness. Vernon is a really different town. It really is. It's right there on the highway going up to Oklahoma, going north. That's the way north. You know what I mean? And it's the way to the Panhandle. It's like into the Panhandle, and it's an old town. It's a very old town, but and it's not very big. It is not very big, but that's fascinating. You and I really should get together. That would be fun. That'd be fun. Maybe that's what I was thinking. I knew you did a big blanket last year because you were having like a year of blankets. Well, I know there's some tutorials. I don't know if the tutorial covers all of them. Time for medicine. And you know what? I think it is time for the green toy. So I am going to say, see you later. Okay. Y'all have a great weekend. I will see you soon. I love y'all. Have fun today. See you later. Have a great night.